Hello, everybody. We are diving into skincare today, and I have a wonderful guest, David, that's going to talk about a company called Skin Essences, which I have some of the products in front of me, which I use and love. And I called him up and I said, I use your products. Would you come onto my podcast and talk skincare with my ladies? And he said, absolutely. So here it is. Here he is, I should say. And I'll let him introduce himself and the company, and then we'll dive into why I like the products and why we need good skincare, et cetera, et cetera. David, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Tanya. And, I appreciate first and foremost that you genuinely love our products and the fact that you use them and, and you see the importance, right? And you want to share that importance with your audience. For me, this is just a great opportunity for us to really help people make better choices. I think at the end of the day, we all want to stay safe, healthy, and happy. Health is something that is not given or can be taken for granted. It's something that if you want to have good health, you have to make good decisions, right? And that starts with not just what you eat, but what you put on your body as well. So, yes, I'm excited to be able to share the brand. For people that don't know about us, we are the oldest organic, I don't know if you knew this actually, but we're the oldest organic skincare brand in North America. We've been around for 26 years. So we started doing organic before anyone cared about it, anyone knew about it. Because we realized how important it was, to have products that would go on your largest organ, which is your skin. And as you probably are well aware, 60 to 80% of what you put on your body goes through your skin into your bloodstream. The fastest way into the bloodstream, other than through a needle or underneath your tongue, is actually through your skin. So what you put on your body does matter, because that's what ends up in your body and in your bloodstream, and, can cause hormone disruptions and carcinogenic, challenges and other health related issues as well. So we are a certified organic skincare brand. So we're not just a natural product line. We're not jumping on the natural bandwagon. We are fully certified organic, meaning we're certified by USDA, by EcoCert. We're gluten-free, vegan-friendly, so no testing on animals. We bottle in glass, which is great. And we are, which is also fully recyclable as well, might I add. And we're also affordable, which I think people are surprised by when they hear about the quality, like, oh, this sounds really great, but it must be crazy expensive. But we're not. Like, everything's between that $18 to $35 range. We believe at Skin Essence Organics that not only if you want to be healthy and you want your skin to have its best health, you have to use really good quality ingredients, but it shouldn't be limited to people that have the budget for it necessarily, right? It should be available for everybody. And for us, that's why we've kept our price very accessible, but we've used ingredients from all around the world. So we use high quality ingredients, but we don't overprice the end product deliberately to make it accessible so people can afford to make good choices for themselves. So, yeah.
You know what? I'd love to touch upon a couple of things, because a lot of times people get caught up in, oh, if it's not $120 skincare, because there's a lot of skincare products that cost a lot of money, and they're making a lot of money on charging you those prices. So I appreciate you making it affordable prices. I have all of my skincare organic products right in front of you that we're going to talk about. The other thing quickly I'll just mention is let's make sure we talk about greenwashing, because I love how you said it's organic. You guys have been around for 26 years. I've been having my clients and customers and educating people for years that just because there's an aloe vera leaf on the front of a package, if you flip it over, there's no aloe vera in the product, and it's just chemical after chemical after chemical after chemical. So I'd like to do a little deeper dive into that. And then my last point is this is one area about 15 years ago that I changed, because I don't know if you know this about me, but I had a major addiction to sugar, and I had children in my 30s. And I think when I had children, it kind of spurred on the fact that I needed to clean up my life and also give them the best, because their cells are really multiplying quickly when they're children. And so this is when I started to really investigate all of this. And one thing for me was that I was going to improve my health. And skincare is such an easy entrance. Like, you finish something and you can buy a brand new product. So this is what I always say to people, like, you finish your skincare, just go and try something different. So,
well, and to speak to that, when you mentioned, like, for example, the $120 product, right? Now, it's true. Like, some people have the perception that if I'm spending a certain amount of money, that I'm going to get a certain amount of benefit. Now, the truth is, what you want to do is, and it also plays into the greenwashing conversation that you were talking about as well, is you want to read the ingredients on the bottle, right? Mm-hmm. So if something's $120 and it's promising all these anti-aging, healing benefits, it's very, very important to think about the fact that like what's in it that's actually going to do that benefit. You know, like they're claiming to have all these anti-aging and age-defying things, but yet it's water as the main ingredient, chemicals, synthetic ingredients, preservatives, synthetic fragrance, and a couple of natural plant things so that they can say it's naturally sourced or naturally based, right? So I would say the big thing would be to really, you know, go ahead and read the ingredients to the packages that you're buying. That will help you to understand if the claims on the package can actually do what they say. So for example, you know, just to break it down from like a food perspective, if you want to be full, you can eat a bag of chips, but if you want to be full and healthy, you would eat a salad. So both can make you full, but one will make you healthy. And the point I'm trying to make is that there's a lot of moisturizers that will moisturize your skin, but not a lot that will nourish it. What will nourish it is what's in it, right? So yes, you can get full from a bag of chips, but you'll never get healthy from that. Same thing with moisturizers. Your skin's not necessarily going to have the nutrients, the tools, the nutrition that it needs from something that's synthetic, right? So that's why it's really important from a greenwashing perspective and from a price perspective. You want to read the ingredients to what you're buying, right? If you're buying something that says $120 and it's got a really fancy package, but then the first ingredient's water, well, companies use water because that's the cheapest way to make a product and make a lot of money on it. And then as soon as you see water, you have to use preservatives because water makes things go rancid. Right. And as soon as you start using that, they might want synthetic fragrance to kind of make it smell good after you're putting all these other stabilizers in it. And synthetic fragrance are known carcinogens. They also cause allergy issues with people and a variety of other skin sensitivities. So it becomes kind of a spiral effect. And again, if one of the best things I would say is when you're looking at something that could be greenwashed and you're looking at something that might be overpriced, is read the ingredients, number one. And remember this, the best thing for a plant in nature is sunlight, water, and air. A plant to grow healthy needs sunlight, water, and air. The worst thing for the oil, as soon as you take it out of the plant, is sunlight, water, and air. So the point of what I'm trying to say is when you're buying a truly organic product, it should be free from sunlight, water, and air. Why? Because sunlight causes diminishment of nutritional benefits. So it actually will diminish a lot of the nutrients in a plant, UV light. Oxygen, air, causes oxidization in plant oils and will reduce the shelf life. And water causes rancidity. So sunlight, water, and air, the best thing for a plant is the worst thing for an oil. So as soon as you're buying a product that has water as the main ingredient or is in plastic packaging that allows oxygen in and out of it, because you know how when you squeeze a bottle, it contracts and expands, letting oxygen in and out, right? So that's one thing you want to steer away from. And obviously there's leaching from chemicals found in plastic and it's not as environmentally friendly. There's so many other reasons why to stay away from plastic, but then also we bottle in UV protection amber glass. So it's dark amber glass, so it protects the delicate ingredients. So not only are we putting great ingredients in our packages, but we're protecting them so that you get them on your skin in that same raw format.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it.
It's a mouthful.
I'm looking at my bottles right now and they're this nice dark color. You know, that's very interesting, right? And this is why I wanted to have you on here, because you go a little deeper or you go a lot deeper than what I can go on. I'm more of a, you know, I heard a saying once, if you can't eat it, don't put it on your skin. Right?
We say it all the time. We say it all the time.
And so I look at one of your labels and I always say this wrong, but jojoba oil or
That's right.
I gotta say it
Some
fast.
people call it jojoba, but it's actually jojoba. You're right. Yep.
But rose hip seed oil, macadamia oil, apricot. See, these are like real names. When you start to get into the chemicals and the numbers and all that kind of stuff, I'm just like, just put it down and save your money.
Yeah.
And pick up something that has ingredients that you can read. So, what, you know, I mean, I honestly, I know how people can get very, what's the word? Not married, committed.
Yeah.
To a different.
And even just comfortable, familiar with products.
Yes. And they're worried about their skin. Like, you know what, my skin might break out if I change a product or something like that. Do you have any suggestions for people on that, if they're thinking that?
I would say, yeah. So a couple things. So I'd say a lot of people have concerns that when they use a new product that they don't necessarily know what to expect, or there could be breakouts or whatever, Our products are different because you're not introducing a new synthetic fragrance. You're not introducing a new chemical or a new preservatives. A lot of people have a lot of sensitivities to synthetics, right? And these synthetics can cause a lot of different hormone disruptions in the body, causing acne. Just it can cause different challenges. With our stuff, it's very easy in the sense that when you go on our website, you can see our moisturizers. We have one that's anti-aging for dry skin. We have anti-aging for combination skin. We have anti-aging for sensitive skin, and we have anti-aging for acne or oily prone skin. So it depends if you know that part of your skin, whether you're dry, more normal, sensitive, meaning redness and rosacea, or acne and oily prone. Our oils will absorb and agree with your skin because they're completely natural, right? So, when people are familiar, I would say more people than not, when I talk to them, if I ask them, like, how do you like your skincare products, or how do you like the results you're getting from your skincare products? And most people are like, well, it's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, my skin is like, a lot of times they'll just kind of get married or comfortable with one because it's not causing redness or irritation, but they're not really overly impressed. And the truth is, you cannot expect real results from ingredients that aren't real. Right? And you might look at it and go, well, David, if Skin Essence and what you guys are doing is so great, well, then why aren't other companies doing it? Well, to be devil's advocate, it's number one, because our profit margins are a lot different. We're not making it like most skincare products, believe it or not, are made for less than $1 with the packaging. Very, very small amount. And then they sell them for, let's say, $120, right? So there's massive margins. But then you could also argue, well, like they want to maybe make certain margins. So what would happen if they just marketed it really well and sold instead of for 120, they sell it for $200 and they actually put good quality ingredients? Yes. But the main reason why a company will not do that, most companies will never do that, is because they want to mass produce. You can't mass produce and be in every Walmart and every Shoppers Drug Mart or every CVS or every, store across the world if you're at the mercy of the organic harvest. We buy from farmers. We are made with plants, not in plants, if that makes sense, right?
Oh, I love that.
So the point is a lot of companies do not want to be getting a phone call from their farmer in Chile saying, hey, we had really bad drought this year, so we're going to be able to give you about a quarter of the rose hip. For us, that they committed to, for us, we would be okay with that, knowing that, our product is good and we differentiate ourselves using quality, right? They just want to be able to mass produce. And the best way to mass produce, not just for margins, but also for just mass production, is to use artificial ingredients, synthetic ingredients. But the truth is, if they don't contain vitamins, minerals, and enzymes, your skin will never get the nutrients it needs to look its best. And here's the thing, your body, as we all know, anyone that's listening to this podcast knows that your body, when you're sick, it tries to heal itself, right? When you're not feeling good, or if you're tired, it makes you go to sleep and you wake up. Your body wants to replenish and heal itself, but you have to give it the tools to do so. So for example, if you're not eating healthy and you're sick, and you continue to eat unhealthy, your body's not going to bounce back and heal itself as fast. Yes, you'll probably get better, hopefully, maybe not to your full capacity, but you will get better. If you're really tired and you actually get a good night's sleep, you wake up, you feel a lot better, right? But if you only give yourself an hour or two, well, your body will do with what you give it, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. The point I'm trying to make is that with skincare, your body, your skin needs vitamins, minerals, and enzymes like vitamin C to improve elasticity, vitamin E to help heal itself, beta carotene to help brighten the complexion of the skin, and so on. So just like your body needs protein and calcium and iron, your skin needs certain vitamins that it uses as tools to heal itself. And like a good analogy would be like, I'll make this up, but like if you had like, let's say a plumber come to your house and you have a problem with your toilet and you say, hey, listen, leave your toilet or all your toilet fixing tools at the front door and come on in. I don't want you to bring your tools in. He'll be like, all right, well, I'll try my best. And he'll try his best. And he might be able to get your toilet somewhat working, but maybe not fully. But as soon as you give him his toolbox, he'll fix it. He'll do exactly what he needs to do. Think of our products as like the toolbox in a sense. Your skin, if you give it the nutrients it needs, it will use those to help your skin look its best. Your skin's job, your body's job is to replenish itself, to heal skin tissue and to heal skin cells and to look as healthy as possible. But if you're following a great diet and a great skin diet, you are going to look, they always say what you eat is what you are what you eat, right? And it's true. If you eat garbage food, you're going to look and feel like garbage. Unfortunately, it's the truth, right? And this is not like, I would say like this conversation and this topic is not to scare people. This motivation between you and I and our whole excitement is more to empower you and to help open your perspective and your thoughts around the fact that, like, yes, if I want to have great health, or if I want to, if I want to look and feel my best, I have to make good choices to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? This podcast is all about empowering people. So it's called Menopause Made Easy. In regards to, you know what, if you are living your, I lived my teens, 20s out into my 30s with, I ate pretty healthily, but there was a lot of garbage in my diet and my body felt it. I had sinus issues, I had bronchitis, I got pneumonia. And I was always trying to like be outward, like there's something out there. It's the environment, it's the weather. And then one day I said, you know what? It's me. It's what I'm putting in my mouth. It's what I'm putting on my skin. It's what I'm breathing with my household products. Tanya, put your big girl pants on and grow up. And so this is when I started to be responsible. And I talk a lot about in here about we're cellular beings. All we are cells, like bacteria, like all this. We're just cells. And when you put, I was going to say shitty, I'll say it, shitty things in your mouth, food, it affects your cells, right? And so sometimes, because I come from a disordered eating background, that is a longer game for me, right? That was a lot of emotional work I had to do. There's so many things, right? So I was like, okay, what are some easy things I can start with while I'm also working on this? So I talk about the pieces of our puzzle. And we have many different pieces of our puzzle for health. And so one of them was, you know what? I've got to stop using Pledge and Windex. Like it is, after I clean my house, I have a headache, I'm wheezing. I'm like, okay, I finally made that connection, gone. And then
water and vinegar works great, by the way, for
I mean, I've been using water, vinegar, and baking soda and essential oils for years.
Just to add to that, a lot of companies, they want to sell you on like, use this and use that and buy this, buy that. Like, for example, shampoo, then you got conditioner, which I understand, but then a body wash, like there's so many things that they try to upsell you on because they want to get you as a consumer to purchase a variety of different things. It's like one thing after another. And even with like the chemicals that are found in conventional products, I was actually at a big skincare convention. I talked to one of the CEOs of a big company. I won't mention the name just because it's not as relevant to the story, but I asked him, I'm like, why do you use, ingredients that are known to cause cancer in your products? And cause hormone disruptions, even postmenopausal issues as well, right? Why do you guys use that? And his answer was, well, we do what's in the guidelines of what we're allowed to do, and we use small amounts. But what he doesn't understand is that those guidelines, and it's very important to understand this, after the Second World War, a lot of chemicals were grandfathered into our industry that we were allowed to use. And I'm talking thousands of them. Like literally, I think the exact number is around 50,000. But if we want to introduce a new chemical, it has to go through Health Canada and all the processes, but it doesn't matter. There's thousands that people are using, right? And so you would think that there's like a governance body that oversees this, but it's not. It's actually self-regulated industry, the skincare industry. And then his other thing about saying they use small amounts, here's the thing, right? What they're not considering is that, yes, this one moisturizer has a small amount of, or this one shampoo has a small amount of sodium lauryl sulfate, which they use to make things bubble. But that's a number one, like huge cancer causing agent that's banned in all of Europe. All countries of Europe. You cannot use it, but you're allowed here because we have lobbyists against our governments and against the governments in the US as well. And we kind of follow what they say. So it's kind of in there, even though people know, but they don't really care. They're not putting the energy into that, right? But here's the thing. If you're using a product that has a few bad things in it, what they're not considering is that you're also using 5 other products in your routine, 5 or 6, twice a day, morning and night, day in and day out. That adds up. The toxic load becomes quite large, and you'll see, like I've seen with my own eyes, like we actually have one of the ladies that's actually worked with our company for 12, 13 years now. When I first met her, she was sent to us by a naturopathic doctor because she was basically told, and she did tell me I could share this story, but I won't use her name. But she said that she was not able to have children when I first met her. And so she was on a journey to like completely detox herself and to really try to find her true holistic health, because she didn't want to take that as an answer. She was like, I'm born to have kids. I'm having kids. Like this is happening one way or another. So she started using our products. She got rid of all of her scented candles in her home. She started eating really healthy. She started, drinking filtered, proper, clean water, just really cleaning her lifestyle up. And she has 2 daughters now that are super healthy and her body's functioning perfectly. The point is your body is going to take care of you first before it creates another human being. Or, you know what I mean? If you really want to see your true health, the best health you can have, you got to make good choices. And it's not that hard. If you don't put it in your grocery cart, it doesn't end up in your house. If it doesn't end up in your house, doesn't end up in your fridge, doesn't end up in your fridge, doesn't end up in your mouth. Like, it's not that hard. You cannot control everything in life. I get it, but you can control what you eat and you control what you put on your body. And I urge people to take control of that.
Oh, you're talking to the choir here, because I'm just like, I totally agree. I used to run a program called Busy Mama Detox, and we would do a grocery cart detox, where basically teaching people to stop being like squirrel, like stop looking at the shiny labels and the new products. And I just saw on the label the other day that I think PC products or something has 50 new products. Like, you really have to go in there with your list and not get pulled in by these boxes and bags and cans and all that kind of stuff. And it takes effort.
Read the ingredients.
So I was going to go back. Like, the other easy switch besides the house care was my skincare, because I didn't pay any attention. Like, I didn't know. And it's not something I was taught about. But when I really started to understand that I was a cellular being, and what I put on my skin affected my cells, and what you just talked about, it's not the one time. I mean, I have a totally different hair care, skin care, teeth care. I don't use nail polish. I don't dye my hair. Like, I just made this commitment to myself. But with the skincare, with the cells, it's what you said. Like, you're not using skincare once. You're doing it day after day after day. And I teach women. I just did a whole 2 episodes on dissolving cellulite. Your body does not recognize toxins, so it puts it in a fat cell to keep you safe. And so it's not just the food that you're eating, it's what you're putting on your skin. It's these ingredients that your body goes, oh, I don't know what to do with that. I'm going to put it in the fat cell to keep it safe. And so we get so fixated on diet or over exercise or whatever, that it's like, this is an easy one. This is like, just get real with your skincare and start putting real ingredients on your skin. So again, like, I when you're saying that accumulated effect of over and over and over again, it might be safe in the factory where they're making it, thinking you're going to use it once, but you've been using it for 30 years. Then you hit menopause and you're like, your hormones are destroyed. You're a toxic wasteland. And you're like, what have I been doing? And this is why, I'm here to educate and empower people that this is one super simple shift. Super simple.
And look for products that are certified, because a lot of times companies will say, like, it's organic rosehip oil, but if there's no certification, there's no governing body to even say that is. That's why with a brand like ours too, like, we have the certifications, we make it easy in that sense, but also you don't have to spend a fortune. We position our pricing where it's like, it's probably half the price of what you're spending on other stuff that frankly isn't that good for you, So yeah, it's definitely very, very important, and it will, if you make these good choices, your chance at having other illnesses or other health related problems will come down dramatically, for sure. That's absolutely for sure.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like swimming in a pool with alligators. Like, it doesn't mean that you won't get bit if you're up on the edge, but don't go in, just it's removing yourself from things that can cause danger, I think is important. So.
Yeah. Well, I love that your products have, like I said, I can read the label, I can understand them, I could probably eat it if I wanted to. And I love that
some of it tastes good.
And I love that you talked about, really educating people about the benefit of the skin, like having these ingredients so that it actually does something. It doesn't just sit there and smell pretty or whatever. And I'm just trying to think, what are some common questions that you might get asked just by somebody, like, that I'm not thinking of, or because I'm so in this, it just makes sense to me. But can you think of something?
Yeah, one I get is a lot of our moisturizers are oil-based, and some people will look at that and go, oh, it's oily. Is it going to make me oily? I'm used to a cream. So the best way to explain that is, number one, companies make a cream because it's way cheaper. Creams are made with water, waxes, emulsifiers, which keep them blended, and oils. So every decent or good quality cream has plant oils in them anyway. They're just you know, mimicked with a bunch of other, you know, waxes, water, and emulsifiers to go with it, right? So if you should never be afraid of using an oil on the skin, because most products already have oils in them, and that's where the hydration comes from to begin with. It's just with our serums, our oils, they're completely just pure oils. So you're not getting all that other filler stuff. But another thing to explain is your body naturally makes oils, not creams. Your skin naturally hydrates with oils. So you shouldn't think that like it's going to clog your pores or cause it to be oily. It's interesting how some people will say, oh, well, is it going to clog my pores? And the short answer is a cream is thicker than an oil. So why would you think that a thicker substance, a cream, wouldn't, but an oil does, right? And when you put a cream on your skin, if you picture this, it goes on the skin, it sits on the skin, it doesn't actually penetrate, it'll sit on the skin. And if you have glands in the middle layer of your skin called the dermis, like in the dermis, they're called sebaceous glands. So those are oil producing glands, right? So their job is when you're dry, to send messages to the brain to say, hey, we need to make some oil down here. And oil starts getting secreted. So if you put a cream on your skin, those glands oftentimes don't get hydrated. So they still feel dry. They try to create oil, which the oil can't get out because the wax is kind of blocking it, which is the cream, which can cause breakouts and blackheads and just kind of misbalance of skin tone. Whereas if you use an oil on your skin, the oils will go into the skin. They hydrate around those sebaceous glands. They help them to get the pH balance that they need. So basically they help them to feel hydrated because they are hydrated, and they don't send messages to the brain saying we need to create more because they're satisfied. So the point is, someone with oily prone skin, you know, you can actually control oil production by using an oil. Someone that has really dry skin, and oils are super important because they go deeper into the skin. If you have really dry skin, you don't just need hydration on the surface of the skin, you need it in your skin. And with our oils, the cool thing about it, Tanya, as well, as you know, is you shake them up to blend them, right? You take a little bit in the palm of your hand, a couple pumps, and you can even add a bit of our facial mist or a little bit of water. The more water or mist that you add, the lighter it becomes. So in July, you can make it a lot lighter than in January, right? Or let's say, for example, you're someone with dry skin, I'm someone with oily prone skin. We can still use basically the same product. It's just you might use 3 or 4 pumps. I might use 1 or 2 pumps with some water. So it's really customizable. It's not just one consistency like a cream. So I'd say a big question I get is people asking about oils, but also our oils, not only these bottles will last you like 3 months for a moisturizer that's like $30, $32, but it also is more concentrated because we're not using all the waxes and water and all the other fillers. You're literally getting pure plant extracts in a glass bottle.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, because a lot of people do have different types of skin, and I've been using oils for years. I also use some Living Libation products, which I love. And I've been putting oil, and people would say, "You're putting oil on your skin?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Once you use an oil, you don't go back. Like when people start using an oil properly, I'm telling you, they don't. They're like, I wish I would have known this sooner.
Yeah. Okay. Good question. I love your facial in a jar. So here's another thing, right? Where this is just, if I'm opening up, actually, I'm getting a little powder on myself, but it's just a powder. And so I love what you said, like I'll put it in my hand and then I rub it around and add as much water as I want. You know what I love doing it the most is I'm sitting in the bathtub and I'll just put it on. I'll go down my neck, my forehead, and I'll just sit there for a little while and then take it off. So
yes.
I love that. And then I get out and use the oils on my face. I feel like I'm a baby. So yeah.
And for those that are listening, the facial in a jar it's an exfoliant and skin softening mineral mask. So it's 2 in 1. And the reason why, Tanya, it's a dry powder, because at first people open it up and they're like, oh, that's weird. How do I feel about it? I'm used to something that's pre-mixed. Well, it's actually great because number one, we don't add water, so you get twice as much product, right? Plus water would make it go rancid, so it stays fresh way longer. But the best thing about it is everyone's skin's different. So if someone can't exfoliate because they have really sensitive skin, they would use less of the powder, more water. Or if someone wants a really exfoliation, like a really strong exfoliation, more powder, less water. So you can manipulate and customize it to what you feel is best for your skin. But I love it. It actually is called facial in a jar because it makes your skin look like you got a facial and it's doing it at home. So it's like, and in that bottle, I think it's like $35 on our website, and it would last me, I do it like 2 or 3 times a week, and it lasts me probably 3.5 to 4 months. So it's like our products, when you do the math on how long they last, they end up being like $8 a month. Like it's really affordable. And the thing is too, some people might be like, well, how do you make it for such affordable price? You know, and like, how does that work? Like, why wouldn't it be more if it's that good quality? The truth is most skincare brands, have a third-party manufacturer. So they have someone else that makes their products. So there's a lot of middle people in it. And that's why you see over the pandemic, there's been a lot of price increases on a lot of things because people are taking a bite at the apple that maybe don't need to, you know, whereas with us, we get the raw material from the farmer. We make it in our own facility. Not only can we control our costs, but we 100% control our quality because the raw material comes to us. We make the product, we sell it to you. There's no room for like someone trying to make more profit and using non-organic this or low quality that. It's always high quality. For us, our motto has always been, don't look to spend a ton of money on marketing. Spend your money on quality packaging and quality products, and happy customers will do your marketing for you. Nice. So for us, every single day we earn your business and your kind words. And the fact that you wanted me on this podcast, right? Yeah. You wanted me on this podcast because you love the product, right? Yes. So like, it's like, we get these types of opportunities all the time because we're a good company that's doing good things and people love us.
And you know what? I appreciate you spending time with me because a lot of, you know, companies wouldn't have any time for me if they were bigger, perhaps. Cause you know, I'm just a small fish in a very big pond.
You know what though? You're on a good mission to help people make better choices and live a healthier lifestyle and get a healthier self. And for me, you know, whether there's 1 people or 10,000 people that listen to this, you know, if we can get people to start making better choices and to, you know, really helping themselves to have a better chance at a healthy, successful life, then that for me it sounds cheesy, but it's worth it. Right. So,
you know what? No, this is how I feel, because I say to people, like, you know what? I am one little rock, like one little pebble in a big pond, but I know over the 30 years that I've been doing this, I have that ripple has changed many people's lives. Like I have people that I trained 30 years ago, you know, when I lived in Toronto, who still say, Tanya, I can still hear your voice. Like I'm still doing what you said, right? Nice. And they've affected their families. And so there's power. And sometimes, you know, I say to people, like, give the little people a chance. I don't have a marketing budget. My social media sucks because I'd rather spend time educating myself and working with my clients than figuring out social media. But it doesn't mean I don't care. I don't have passion, and that I'm talking from my heart. Like I really believe in vibrant health. And that's my whole mission, is that we have one life to live and you have so much power over your own health.
Yep.
So much power. Stop.
And good health doesn't happen by accident.
And your health does not happen by accident. And I was in that, oh, woe is me stage at one part in my life where I was sick and I was blaming everybody because I didn't want to take personal responsibility. And then like I said earlier, I put on my big girl pants. So can you explain to me, you have a cream that has an SPF in it? Because I will tell you, I don't use skincare because I am like the chemicals in skincare. I use another brand that I'm really enjoy, but I'm like, I do not, I just won't put chemicals on my body. It's just that simple. That's my value. No. But I know a lot of people are like, oh, I need a 75 SPF or I need a whatever. And I'm like, so can you explain that for a moment?
Yeah. So one thing I just want to add in real quick is when we decided to come on here together, we do have a promo code for people at the end. I just wanted to kind of add that in so that people realize that, like, hey, we're not just talking about great products. Tanya's, you know, negotiated and kind of worked with us to make sure that you guys are going to get like a promo code. I think it's going to be promo code Tanya. It's TANYA, by the way, just for people who are listening, but we'll talk about it in a second. But I just wanted to let people know, because if you are curious about it, it's nice to know that we are investing in you by giving you a great discount as an opportunity as a first customer. So anyway, so SPF. Okay, so this is a big question. So yes, you need to protect your skin from UV light. I understand that. But most sunscreens that are on the market, so a lot of people think that the sun causes sunspotting, okay? And the truth is, it's not exactly the sun. It's chemicals that are on your skin and synthetics that are on your skin and UV light mixing together more times than not. So what I mean by that is when you're using like a synthetic-based sunscreen, which most sunscreens are chemical-based, yes, it might block UV light, but there's still chemical reactions when UV light hits your skin, your epidermis, and the chemicals or the synthetics that are on there. So just to back up that claim, if you look at like women in first world countries, like Canada, for example, as opposed to developing countries, we have Procter & Gamble and Johnson & Johnson, all the big names, right? You'll notice that most of those people will use most people in developing countries, most women, oftentimes by the time they get into their late 30s and early 40s, you'll see sunspotting. And the correlation is oftentimes the fact that they've been using synthetic ingredients on their skin and having chemical reactions happen. And to back that up, you don't notice as much in developing countries because they're using more natural stuff. But on top of that, even in first world countries, if you look at a man and a woman, most times women have sunspotting, men don't. And you might ask yourself why? Well, it's because men don't use the products that women are using. So it goes to show that it's not necessarily the sun, it's a mix of the sun and synthetics on the skin. So the point is our sunscreen option, you know, it's like a 35 equivalent SPF is 100% natural, 100% organic, but it's also full of ingredients that help to protect and soothe and hydrate your skin very effectively. It's called E-Cream. So it's our product called E-Cream. It's for eczema, redness, rosacea, any itchy or irritated skin. It helps to heal sunburns as well. It's super amazing, but it's also packed full of the mineral zinc, and zinc oxide helps to reflect UVA and UVB light. But we also use organic beeswax. And it's important for people who are vegan to know that the beeswax we get comes from a 3rd generation bee farmer out of Odessa, Canada, which is near Kingston, and he is cruelty free. So basically he doesn't take like all like the honey and all that stuff from the bees. What he does is he takes the beeswax. He's like the garbage man. The beeswax is what's left over from the bees. That's where we get it. We need the wax to make it into a cream, right? So anyone who is vegan conscious, just understand that we don't take from the animals what the animals want. This is literally a like leftover product, which is the wax, right? It allows them to continue to thrive in the same hive and all that other stuff too. So anyways, the point is with our product, it does give about a 30 to 35 natural SPF. There is no chemicals or synthetics in it. And the cool thing about it is it's green. So unlike most sunscreens, when you put it on your skin, it can make you look chalky and white. So what happens is people put that on, Tanya, and then they rub it in because they don't want to look white when they look in the mirror. And then they go, okay, good, I got my sunscreen on. And they go outside, do their gardening, go for a run, go for a walk, whatever they do. And they get burned and they don't understand. Well, I put on my 70 SPF. Well, the thing is, first of all, in Australia, I believe you can't say anything more than a 45 or 50 SPF because nothing's been clinically proven to be stronger than that. And you also have to put it on to the thickness that they did in the studies when they did it in the labs. Most people don't wear a sunscreen the way that they study them in the labs. They don't put them on where it's caked on their skin, right? Because a sunscreen is essentially, it's a screen. It's not a magic cream that you put on and wipe off and it's just going to protect you. And people are like, I always get burned. Yeah, it's because you kind of put it on and kind of took it off because it made you white and you didn't like how it looked. But with our E-Cream, it's green. So green counteracts redness. It helps to balance red tones on the skin. It's just so nice on the face regardless. I use it morning and night myself. But the E-Cream is also, because it's green, it counteracts redness. It balances skin tones. It makes your skin look nice, but it doesn't push you to want to blend it in too much. You can leave a little bit of a sheen on the skin, which looks healthy, right? Because some people get the idea that like, oh, a really matte finish is what I look, but a matte finish is tired looking skin. It's skin that's not as youthful and hydrated. More youthful skin does have a bit of that healthy glow to it. Doesn't mean oily, but just a bit of like a healthy sheen, like a very delicate kind of healthy glow. And that's something that's really important. So when you do that with the E-Cream and you put it on where there is a little bit of that sheen, you're not only getting the wax that protect, like the beeswax that protects from UV light and the zinc, but we're also using a lot of plant oils that are high in omega-3s, and omega-3s help to strengthen skin tissue against free radicals and UV damage and so on. So there's a lot of different components that are all working for the sunscreen ability. And the truth is, I know it's biased, but the truth is it's the only sunscreen that I've ever used that when I use it, I don't get burned. And that's just the truth. Not because I'm with the company, but it's because I was a customer before I became a partner in the line. Like I was a customer for 7 years before, but yes, it will protect. And a 35 SPF is totally sufficient. And if you want it to be more than that, just put it on heavier on your face.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I have a blog on my thing. It's called Best Skin Ever, everything you ever wanted to know about, everything you wanted to know. So I'm down at the skincare part here, and it's an SPF of 30 blocks 97% of UV or UVB rays. And then I also talk about UVA rays and blue light, because like anything, you can do a really deep dive into a lot of things. The other thing I want to just mention while we're on the skincare or the sunscreen is I actually don't use a lot because I actually think there's a lot of healing from the sun. But if I'm going to go sit in the sun, I will do it. But on a day-to-day basis, I don't. I don't know. I just think there's healing energy in the sun. That's my thing.
The cool thing with the E-Cream is it doesn't block you from getting that vitamin D and the nutrients.
Rays. Yeah. Okay.
It's really good. So it's a way of giving a little bit of protection and keeping the skin soft and supple, but you can also get extra protection if you want to put it on heavier. But yes, I agree with you. There is a lot of benefits to the sun for sure.
Yeah.
And the E-cream is something that can accompany that, but it's not necessarily blocking out all the vitamin D aspects. So
perfect. The other thing I just want to say is that it also does make a difference what you eat. So when I have this little thing here where it says how I prepare my skin for safe sun exposure, and eating whole foods will help you. Having a good inside in your body helps. Eating antioxidants helps. Making sure you get some vitamin D. Anyway, I just,
yep.
you know, there is, again, this personal responsibility to eat healthy, because what you feed yourself, you know, a lot of skin issues, right, come from your destroyed micro, I can't even speak anymore. Your gut. Okay, let's just say gut.
Microbiome. I got you.
Microbiome. So the fact is, sometimes people have the skin issues, and that's the symptom of a problem inside. So yes, change your skincare, because that's going to help. But then also start to look at what you're feeding your body, because that is what's giving you your skin, your skin, your hair, your nails, all that kind of stuff. And if you're not feeding yourself properly, your body goes, oh my God, I got to keep her liver working. I got to keep her kidney working. I don't care about her fingernails. I don't care about her hair. I don't care about her teeth or her skin. And so it's a real eye opener when it's, you know, we don't notice this stuff. Mind you, listen, things are changing. Kids are getting sicker and sicker. There's more processed food in our diets, more like, I just heard the other day that obesity is increasing the highest between 2 and 7-year-olds right now. I mean, everybody, we are in a health crisis, like it's bad. So I'm just doing my little piece over here, just trying to shine some light on the situation, that, again, taking this personal responsibility, and we really need proper nutrition.
Yep.
And it's not like, I love how you say about your products, about them being affordable. I always say to people, healthy eating is not expensive. A bag of carrots and a bag of potato chips cost exactly the same money. You just don't want to eat the carrots. Okay. Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about taking responsibility. And there's part of this is the fact that food manufacturers get you addicted, and then you actually don't like the taste of real food anymore. So there is a reprogramming of taste buds, right?
And you can see that when you see, like, just to add into, just to solidify that point you mentioned. So at my house, because I have to add into what you just said, because I say this all the time too, but at my house, we make a lot of like our own like cookies in like a very natural way, using coconut oil. And I mean, there's ways to still kind of satisfy certain cravings you have, but using whole foods and natural way to do it. And our kids, like, I have 2 daughters, 8 and 6, or 8 and 5, actually, they love home cooked stuff, and they're not familiar with Chips Ahoy and all the other brands, right? You know, so, but if some of their friends come over from school and we give them like one of the muffins or cupcakes or whatever, a lot of times they'll be like, they'll take a bite, like, oh, and they'll put it down. They won't eat it. They're like, that's gross. Or like homemade fudgesicles that my wife makes sometimes, or homemade popsicles that she makes sometimes. A lot of the kids, they won't, like, they're like, oh, that tastes gross, and they put it down, even though actually it tastes really good. And when I taste like their packaged processed popsicle or whatever, that honestly tastes gross, and that tastes fake. It tastes synthetic, right? But you're right. The brain's been trained, and you can see that with children, right? But it doesn't mean that if they think it's gross, you can't untrain that. You know, at the end of the day, they're not going to starve themselves to death. Just be like, these are your choices. So take your choice. Like, you're having these vegetables, you're having this stuff, and this is what we have. You know, if you really don't like broccoli, okay, well, let's focus on carrots and beets or something. You know what I mean? Like, there's other ways to kind of pivot, but it is definitely a trained preference for sure.
Okay. So I'm going to just jump in here. We're a little off skincare, but this is the other thing I get all the time when it comes to health, because people really try and be like, I don't have time to be healthy. I'll tell you one thing. It's worse having time for sickness, because that is a lot of time. But anyway, back to my thing. People say, I don't have time to make a meal, right? So they'll go to the store, they'll buy a pizza, they have to turn the oven on, they have to preheat the oven, they have to put the pizza in. I'm like, I could have made you scrambled eggs and broccoli. That was our go-to so often. Do you know how fast it takes to make scrambled eggs and broccoli? Like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Right. And so I'm really trying to re-educate people that this programming that's going on, we don't think we're being programmed, but it's these constant messages of fast food. And you know what's fast? Cutting up a carrot, cutting up celery, taking an avocado, mushing it up and sticking some lemon juice and salt on it. These are fast. So I'm really trying to get people to reprogram, but I'm fighting this. I'm not fighting because that just wears me out. But there's this mega massive marketing machine, right? That is on, just infiltrating our minds. And we really have to be conscious about what we're taking in. And so, like you said, you are not in every store. You're in Nature's Emporium in Newmarket, which is where I found you because my kids went to private school there. So, that's how I found you in that store. And then I looked online, Jen Pike, who's somebody I listened to. I heard her talking about it. Maybe I ordered it through her first. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But, this is the grassroots, right? This is the grassroots. You're not in magazines and billboards and this kind of stuff. So there is.
But we are, with that said, we are in about over 1,000 locations. So we are out there and we ship worldwide. So if the order's over $50, if the order's over $50, we ship it US and Canada, and you'll get it within like 1 to 4 business
you're super fast
for free. Like we're super fast shipping. We ship everywhere. But on our website, there's if you click on the store locator, there's a store locator, and you can type in your city, and it'll tell you if there's a store close to you. But all the major health and wellness stores right across Canada and the US, a lot of them we're in, like Whole Foods even.
Well, perfect. I live in a very small town and you're not here. And that's why, thank goodness for the internet in my car.
Yes, there you go. Well, we can be there. We'll get there.
Very good. All right. Is there anything you would like to think that anybody may want to know about? We'll mention the promo code because you're going to get 15% off your first order, first time.
And if the order is over $50, they also get free express shipping too. So
okay. So you hear that, everybody? You get 15% off your first order. You get if you spend $50, you get free shipping. And the code is Tanya, Tanya. So I'll put that in the show notes as well.
One thing I would mention real quick is on our website, there is a button that you can click on that says skincare quiz. So if you don't know what your skin type is, you can answer 5 or 6 quick questions and it will direct you towards your skin type, whether you're dry, combination, sensitive. But we also have a live chat. So in the bottom right corner of our website, you'll see a button that says chat with us. And if we're not there, you leave your email or your telephone number and someone will contact you back within a business day for sure. But usually there's someone that is kind of supporting that can answer your questions if you're looking and you're trying to figure out what to purchase, for example. So that is there and it's available. And, we're a company that is there to kind of support you if you need it. So.
Beautiful. Well, like I said, I've got my rose hip here. I've got my nourish. I like both of those. I've got your fresh facial cleanser. I've got I love the sweet orange. This head and body bar. It smells like, it smells like.
Have you ever used that as a lip balm? So it's your hands, body, feet. You can use anywhere, even as a lip balm.
Oh yeah, no, I put it everywhere.
It is.
I even eat it sometimes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you can technically.
Hey, listen, we should get into lipstick because I'm on this. Anyway, we just put that on your lips. There's a lot of nasty ingredients in lipstick, ladies. Okay, perfect. All right. So just again, repeat if there's anything else you'd like to finish up on and just how people can order their product.
Yeah, I would say check out our website. We do ship, like I mentioned, worldwide. Our website is skinessence.ca. So it's www.skinessence.ca. And if you're shopping from the US, it shows you in USD. If you're shopping from Great Britain, it shows you in British pounds. If you're shopping from Canada, it shows you in CAD. So it's super easy. And yeah, it's using promo code Tanya, Tanya, and you get to shop and save. And I think, this isn't just a little step. Like it's an easy step, but it's a big step towards good health. The best, like you were mentioning earlier, your skin is a reflection of what's going on inside your body, right? Yes, there's still external elements and stuff, and our skincare is going to help with that too, but also having a healthy diet helps as well too, right? Because, if you're eating unhealthy, your liver, your kidneys, they're all working overtime to help with that situation, as opposed to helping your eyes and your hair and your skin look amazing, like you were mentioning earlier. So, it's definitely, it's a brand that, many of our customers have been our customers for 10, 15, 20 years. When we get customers, we keep customers because we have good prices and our quality is very different than anything you'll see on the market. So.
Perfect. Well, thank you. I appreciate your time today. And I know this will resonate with my ladies. And thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. And I hope you guys love our products. We're excited to share them with you.
Perfect. Thanks for listening, everybody. And I'll see you in the next episode.